So the holiday season is upon us and it's delicious. And the predominance of treats and rich meals can easily leave us feeling bloated and sluggish and heavy and foggy brained. And in Chinese medicine, we call this food stagnation. And it happens really anytime our digestion is overwhelmed. It has all kinds of contributing factors. So I'm going to run through a list and just keep your ear open for anything that might apply, especially to you during the holiday season for sure, but also just like life in general. So food stagnation is caused by eating too much at one sitting, eating too late in the day. We generally like you to be done with your food by 7 o'clock or at least 2 hours before bedtime, whichever is earlier. Eating at erratic, unpredictable times, so outside of a regular schedule. Eating foods at the same time that don't digest well together. That's getting a little bit more nuanced. I won't go into the details here, but that's a thing, especially if we do it chronically, that taxes our digestion and slows things down. Eating too many different kinds of food at the same time. So that's something that's very typical of big holiday spreads. It can be typical of potlucks sometimes in big kind of potlucky gatherings. Eating to sedate our emotions or to calm stress. Eating while we're actively upset. So any type of strong emotion that we're currently living inside of, it's not a great idea to add food to that mix. Eating while we're driving or reading or writing or otherwise working or processing information. In Chinese medicine, the category, the type of energy required to digest and break down and metabolize food is the same that's needed to digest and break down and metabolize and integrate information. So it's really hard for our bodies to process food and process information at the same time, and to do both of those things well. Like we're not doing either one of them as well as we could if we're trying to do them together. Eating again before our previous meal is fully digested. So adding food on top of food. We really want, I talk about this a lot, we really want to be actively hungry with that healthy grumble in our tummy before we eat again. Grazing over the whole day or over large portions of the day rather than proper meals and regularly scheduled meal times. Chronically undereating vegetables or other foods. Foods have directionality, and vegetables help the energy of our digestion move down, things to keep moving down, which is of course the energy that it needs to go in. So undereating vegetables is a problem. Or eating any meal that's too difficult for our current digestive strength. So sometimes clinically, we keep food really, really simple for a while as we build up somebody's digestive strength and capacity. So with so many contributing factors, you can see that food stagnation can happen at any time, not just holiday time. And I would say many folks that I work with in the clinic as part of their big picture health assessment, as we try to get them feeling better, is that their body is trapped in a state of chronic food stagnation and digestive insufficiency due to the kinds of habits that I just mentioned. Because in our culture, we don't have a sense of how impactful that kind of disordered eating can be. And the quality of our digestion is just so fundamental to the quality of our health, not just in a big picture prevention of chronic illness and aging well kind of way, but like in a very granular, how do I feel day to day? How do I feel moment to moment kind of way? I think most of us can agree here, like pooping or not pooping can make or break a day. Bloating or not bloating can make or break a day. So the invitation here, if you want to support yourself and your digestion a little bit differently in general, or this holiday season specifically than maybe you've done in the past, the invitation would be go back to that list that I just ran through and just notice if there's anything on there that jumps out at you. Like, oh, I could change that. Like, is there any low hanging fruit? Something that piqued your interest and that feels accessible to you. Maybe it's as simple as, this person, I'm finally giving you permission to not eat lunch at your desk while you're still working. Or maybe it's the reminder of like, yeah, I'm going to enjoy treats. Like, I know I'm going to enjoy treats. I'm going to enjoy treats, but I'm really going to make a point that I've got vegetables at every meal, or that I've got them at 2 meals and that they're like a good amount of the meal that I'm consuming. So there's the invitation. Try try a change on and see how it feels. And as always, I really encourage you, pay attention, like really take note. How do you feel before, like pay attention before you make the change to how you feel before the change with that habit, with the eating at your desk, with the eating while you're driving, with the eating at 9 o'clock at night right before you to go to bed, whatever it is. And then make the change, stick with it for a couple of weeks and note, how do you feel differently having made the change? And let me know how it goes. Okay, talk soon.